Good day everyone, this is Dalyn Mae Perey and now we're going to talk about farming and its different types. So let's get started. First, what do we mean by farming? Farming involves rearing animals and growing crops for raw materials and food. It is an important part of agriculture which began thousands of years ago. So, farming led to the rise of the Neolithic Revolution. It was an era when people abandoned nomadic hunting for city settlements. Now, we will talk about different types of farming. First, we are going to talk about arable farming. Arable farming involves growing of crops only in warm climate. It is practiced on gently sloping or flat land with deep fertile soil. It is important that the land is neither too wet nor dry. So here, in arable farming, land ideal for growing crops should be fairly sheltered and suitable for use of machinery. Next in the line is the pastoral farming. Pastoral farming is the practice of rearing animals only in cold and wet climates, not ideal for growing crops. In pastoral farming, those land with steep slopes and poor soils cannot support the use of machinery nor provide the nutrient crops need to grow. Next, we have mixed farming. Mixed farming involves growing of crops and rearing of animals on the same piece of land. The two types of farming, pastoral and arable, support each other and increase farm yield. So, this type of farming reduces the risk of making losses due to poor weather conditions. For example, if the crops are not doing well, we also have animals who are still a good source of food and money. And then we have now subsistence farming. Subsistence farming is the practice of growing crops and rearing animals for personal use. It is done on a small scale with the focus of feeding the farmer's family. Now, we have commercial farming. Commercial farming is practiced for the purpose of making a profit. It involves the rearing of animals and or growing of crops on a large scale to increase production and profits. This type of farming involves monoculture, the growing of a single type of cash crop such as flowers or coffee. Now, we will talk about extensive and intensive farming. When we say extensive farming or cultivation involves land tillage with an aim of increasing output. Farmers increase the size of land for cultivation to improve yield without changing other factors. And when we say intensive farming, it involves increasing capital and labor on the same piece of land being cultivated to increase yield. Next in the line is the nomadic farming. Nomadic farming involves farmers moving with their animals from one place to another in search of pasture and water. Nomadic farming is similar to pastoral farming and often practiced in arid and semi-arid areas. Now, we will talk about sedentary farming. Sedentary farming involves tilling the same piece of land for many years. Unlike nomadic farming, land is used permanently for growing crops or rearing animals. This type of farming fostered the development of early civilizations. Now we will talk about poultry farming. Poultry farming involves the rearing of turkeys and chickens for meat and eggs. Lastly, we will talk about fish farming. When we say fish farming, it is also known as aquaculture. It is the practice of raising fish in large numbers in large tanks or fish ponds.